Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now, I've never been in a light far as bright as yours. You know what I'm saying? So there are gonna be things that people on the outside that's not in your circle see that's going on, and and a lot of people be like, okay, well, what is the mayor doing? What do we elect them for? But what we don't see is the smaller things. Like we looking at a bigger picture. What we see is just what's going on right here today where we are at versus all around. Like prime example, say there's 100 people, right? And you just one person. It's impossible to help 100 people at one time. You have to go one by one by one. I understand it. I get that. But a lot of people don't get it. So in a way, in a nutshell, kind of tell us how we're letting you down and how we're making you feel in a way, in a sense. Because people really want to know, but some people don't know how to get into contact with you. And once again, I salute you and I thank you for the interview because it's some people that can't even get to touch you. So I personally thank you. And I just want you to open up a little bit to the people that be wondering, have all these different questions about why. Right. Yes, sir. Also, y'all, shouts out to Mr. Six just walked in. We're gonna get to Mr. Six in a minute. But yes, sir. But we talking to the mayor of the gas house. The mayor, the man of the city, the man who holds the key. And sometimes what we do, by us not knowing his actual role, we try to overwhelming with things that we think he has power over. And I would like him to address that and talk to us more about that. Prime example, I remember a situation not too long ago. I'm not going to put the name out, but I'm going to say around 6 months ago, Gastonia was like in a crazy uproar because of situations that was no one wanted to see the reality of what was going on. And next thing you know, everybody's knocking on Mr. Reid's door. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, do this, do that, do this, do that. Where he at? Where the boom, boom, boom. This, that, and the third. Mr. Reid, can you please talk to us about your health at the time and what all jurisdiction that you actually have? Oh no, no, no. I just look at it this way. Like by you being when we look in the mirror, right? We see you, and by you being a person of color, a lot of times people feel like, okay, we elected him to be there, and we kind of feel like we like since we don't know how it actually works, we figure one thing is equivalent to everything, and like you said, people it's certain powers in certain positions, and if it's not in a certain jurisdiction, then so what I do is I tell people this way. You know what I'm saying? I say me personally, I know Mister. I know him personally as being a good guy. Period. You know what I'm saying? I have never had nothing negative to say about this man. I say look at it this way because I have to look. I have to put it to people in certain ways so they can understand it. I say you in one different county, right? If you in one county, there's only a certain type of police that can arrest you, right? All right. If you're on a highway, there's only a certain type of police that can arrest you. So in other words, say you're going from Gastonia to Bessemer City, right? If you're going from Gastonia to Bessemer City, you're in two different jurisdictions. So Gaston County can come and get you, but not the city of Gastonia Police. So I had to break it down to people that way. And what I think ultimately what people wanted to do is what they wanted to hear from your mouth. Because like I say, sometimes when people come at you, I can understand you at the end of the day, you are human. So you can't just be calm, cool, collected in every situation. So some people gonna come at you in a disrespectful manner, and it's hard to be I'm gonna say sane and respectful. So my way to talk to the people is having you here and letting you tell the people how you feel personally, and you have done that, and I thank you. Also, but I do got a question, and shout out to the artistry that y'all did at Irwin Center is very beautiful. I would never deny that. But my question is, why put it there where we already are instead of putting it like more uptown? That's very important. Now, thank you. We're gonna come back to you, Mr. Reid. Now, let's talk to Mr. Six. What's going on, fella? I can't hear you, bro. You're gonna have to fix your mic, bro. Hey, go ahead and fix your mic. Fix your mic. We can't hear you. While you fixing your mic, I'm gonna go back to Mr. Reid. Go ahead and fix your mic. We can't hear you. Fix your mic. So, Mr. Reid, so talk to us about. I hear you now, but I can hear me too. I hear you. I know, man. Hey, listen, we go way back, bro. Hey, listen, we go so far back that when I started doing shows in Charlotte, you were my very first DJ. And come to find out, you're not even a DJ. Talk to the world. Tell them who you are. So talk to him, man. Where you been, bro? Texas. You also don't you have like a bike team or something like that as well? So talk to us like how did it all start? Yes, sir. So I got a question for both of y'all, and y'all can answer it the way you want to, but I want you to answer it. I'm gonna play a track by my man Moneybags. But when I come back from the track, you guys, I would like it. It don't matter what order you want to answer it, but I would like you guys to answer it. Basically, how did the COVID transfer and change our way of thinking? But I want y'all to say it in y'all's words. But I want y'all to reply to that when we come back, if that's all right. Is that all right with you, Mr. Reid? Okay.
I come from Granite House. I was just 19 running with savages. I got that fire in the booth, can you handle it? I'm at the star. I come from Granite House, but that's on God. I shoot to Granite House. Over your mama house, I took a half ounce. Broke. What is he talking about? Swear he got dope. What is he talking about? This nigga broke. Get the out the Waffle House. It's time to eat, cause I've been starving now. Bon appetit. I want me a carbon now. I'm about to shoot, and I ain't talking carbon now. Get it. Okay, I get love to dunk it out. We done got money, so we a little boozing now. He got a license, so we gon' bout, watch out for snakes, cause boy, they be moving now. Watch out for the jakes, the police don't play it fair.
Talking that dog, selling that guy, throw you a brick, just like it's Friday. I got that gas, smell like a body. We get them chop, just like a Harley. Smoke on the bell, just like a Marley. All of my niggas, they gon' retarded, just like a Haitian, hot like Florida. White girl in the water like Florida. Migo, he from the border, shoot at your shit, go to the border. Bendo, got what you order. Better be short or quarter. I was 19, I seen a quarter. Look on these, just like I'm Jordan. I'm from the phone like Jordan. She give me, know I'm important. That nigga broke, he get it started. Pull up foreign, you can't afford it. Look at my neck, it's a morning. Cut the coupe on the Ford. I give her back, she was boring. Girl made me look like I'm torn. Cat on the bar every morning. One line bought me the four.
I was just 19 running with savages. I got that fire in the booth, can you handle it? I'm at the star. I come from Granite House, but that's on God. I shoot to Granite House. Over your mama house, I took a half ounce. Broke. What is he talking about? Swear he got dope. What is he talking about? This nigga broke. Get the out the Waffle House. It's time to eat, cause I've been starving now. Bon appetit. I want me a carbon now. I'm about to shoot, and I ain't talking carbon now. Get it. Okay, I get love to dunk it out. We done got money, so we a little boozing now. He got a license, so we gon' bout, watch out for snakes, cause boy, they be moving now. Watch out for the jakes, the police don't play it fair.
I got an L, it got a, I'm in the trap, thinking the omelet, red bottom, from like a gun. Still know all of the junkies. The old phone to the dungeon. Who your be running? OJ with a pack, I'm running. Play with the gang. Honey, don't got a job, just like Tommy. I got that ice like Johnny. We in the gutter, granny be jumping. Be broke, ain't throwing nothing. Follow me like Harry Tubman. I got it wrong, can't talk. Look at the A's, how they crawl. Nigga be praying that I fall. Shot right now, no call. I was 19, break the law. Bando came from a ball. Free up by the wall. I got that game like Texaco. Plus on oregano. Ran in here just a half a boat. Look at my neck like a light show.
I was just 19 running with savages. I got that fire in the booth, can you handle it? I'm at the star. I come from Granite House, but that's on God. I shoot to Granite House. Over your mama house, I took a half ounce. Broke. What is he talking about? Swear he got dope. What is he talking about? This nigga broke. Get the out the Waffle House. It's time to eat, cause I've been starving now. Bon appetit. I want me a carbon now. I'm about to shoot, and I ain't talking carbon now. Get it. Okay, I get love to dunk it out. We done got money, so we a little boozing now. He got a license, so we gon' bout, watch out for snakes, cause boy, they be moving now. Watch out for the jakes, the police don't play it fair.
Shouts out to Money Bag, this grandma house. Shouts out to my, hey, free my man Bags. Free my man Bags. So I asked the question, how have COVID altered and changed the way you see today present time? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's true. I agree with you. I agree wholeheartedly. But the only thing that kind of bothers me is we dealing with over a 200-year-old disease or whatever the situation may be. And when it first hit, right, it was not as bad as the present day. Like this thing is so powerful, it's killing more people than AIDS, depression, peer pressure. It came and done its job. So my thing was, I think it's more government based, and you don't have to speak on that because I know your position. But my personal opinion is, I think it's more government based because one day they say is in the air. The next thing they say is on money. The next thing they say is through the mail. My thing is this: regardless of what, they got us walking around with a mask on our face. Like anything air touch, right? In a sense, it's supposed to affect and effect. So that means if you open your door to your house, air shoots in your house. So there's no way you can hide it. But in a way, we kind of look, and me personal, because I still do it, we kind of look clowny because we walking around with a mask on our face. It's like almost like they say, well, I say you do this, and I'm gonna make you do it whether you want to or not. It's like a scare tactic, but I'm not trying to play Russian roulette to see if it's a real scare tactic, if that makes sense. So, Mr. Six, how do you feel as far as the pandemic, this COVID thing? How have it changed and altered your life?
Man, in business, it's really had a real phenomenal effect on business. Here in Charlotte, a couple of malls is going into foreclosure. Businesses pulling out. So what I've noticed is people are more gravitating to door-to-door service. They want, you can order anything you want online and it'll come straight to your door. And then just like Amazon, use Amazon for this. You don't even gotta pay shipping if you buy something for over $25.
Yeah.
So you can order stuff from gas stations now and they'll bring it straight to your front door. And I think that we have to learn, we have to think ahead. Okay, if we see this as a problem, how are we gonna come to the table with something? Well, with the talents that we have, like let's say I'm a barber and a barber instructor. That just threw me for a loop right there. I didn't even see it coming. Now every student gotta be six. Not every student gotta be 6 feet from each other with a mask on, and then you try to teach. You try to teach as well. And that mask, you can't really understand. You gotta really speak loud with that mask. You know what I'm saying? And it get hot and it get frustrated. Now imagine our children, like in second and third grade, and they 6 feet apart from every student, and they wearing that mask too. You know what I'm saying?
And then on top of that, children, right? They don't have a long attention span.
Exactly. So you got to really project yourself going through that mask, and then they gotta. It's just we have to adapt in order for us to stay ahead. We have to think, what is the next thing coming? And what I see is this.
Well, we gotta learn to adapt, and this thing's coming. And what I see is this: the COVID just hit his phone. Hey man, I love America, bro. I love this internet. I love the social media. I love basically almost everything that it brings. I love everything it brings, and I'm one of the people like I consider myself one of the realists. Like I look at everything for what it is. Even when the COVID first happened, right now, ain't no secret I got injured at work, but one of the reasons why it took so long for people to help me because we got a mask on and couldn't nobody hear me exactly. Like they couldn't read my lips or understand exactly what I was saying when I was saying help. So I feel like in that situation, it didn't benefit me until I came home and like I'm a workers' comp now. And so by me being a workers' comp, I'm an active person, but I can't do anything. So by me not being able to do anything, go anywhere, I have to start using my imagination, start using my mind. I have more than one angle I can approach. So why don't I make money off of what I do? So I started, like you said, I started looking at situations where what needs this? What needs that? Do you need a diploma or do you need a college degree for this or that? So I started looking at situations where I can invest a little bit of whatever little bit of change I have. I started looking at situations where I can invest in it. And in the beginning, nothing is gonna grow until you actually plant it. So I would see it, but as long as I see it, it's not doing anything for me until I plant it. So what I planted into little businesses, and everything I planted into was things that I already know how to do. And at this moment, I'm not allowed to do anything. I'm just glad I have a team of brothers that got my back. Everybody gets paid, and ultimately that's what it's about. Everybody getting paid. So they're getting the jobs done, and it's making my name credible, and the company is making it more credible, and it's helping everybody individual. So that's where it changed me also. And what a lot of people don't know, right? Mr. Walker Reid is not only the mayor, right? He's not only a mayor. If you have an issue, I can't say this for everybody. I can only talk for me. Sometimes I get to the point where you just need to talk to somebody, and they can see it in some of your posts of this, that, and the third. So I posted something. I have like I'm a little upset about my situation because my older children are not in my life like the way I want it to be, and they have all my attributes. I received the inbox from this man right here and breaking things down to me and telling me other options of doing things. Like, people don't understand. When people see you, right, all they see is the title. Because at the end of the day, you are your title. Because people might not know your face, but they know your names. So if they see that certain power, they chain you into that power. So all they see is your power. They don't understand that you are human. They don't understand that you have seen or may have been in issues or situations similar to what we are going to. Because sometimes people just don't give you a chance. You understand? They don't want to give you a chance because see, I can tell you right now what it is. Cause see, I go through some of the hate too, right? I can tell you right now what it is. For one, right, you are your own man. People don't like people. People don't. A lot of people like the followers. They don't like somebody that is a stand-up guy. When I say you are your own man, okay, today you chill with Caucasians. Tomorrow you chilling with the Native Americans. The next day you chilling with the people that look just like you. So people don't like people that have to. If they feel like you gotta choose a side, they're not gonna really like you. You're a light skinned guy. Hold on, let me finish. Let me finish. I'm getting down into it now. You're a light skinned guy. By you being light skinned, you already know you got to talk because us dark skinned guys, we upset because we don't look like y'all light skinned guys. All right. For three, I don't know how you was raised, but I seen some of your pictures with your fro. You grew up with some of the greatest athletes, James Worthy, Sleepy Floyd, Michael Jordan. So a jealousy is involved in there. All right. You gotta understand, you grew up with people that lived in the same neighborhood that you lived in, had the same ways of getting out, but chose to move a different way, and their way didn't work. So now, generationally, they're gonna say, "Well, Walker was like this," because you gotta understand, a child's hero, first hero, is their parent. So they listen to what their parent is saying. And like I say, I can relate to that. The reason why I can't relate to the light skin and being pretty and all that, and all that, I can't relate to. Hey, I can't relate to all that. But my attitude and my charisma is on 10. So I feel like if I step in any room, I'm on the same level as anybody, as far as my confidence. But like far as bringing things to the city, I know people kind of envy me because I don't deal with a team. They want to know, how am I doing this by myself and my connections? So I can get that, but I know I don't get as much as you do, because only thing people can say about Walker is, okay, he have made a mistake. But at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, they gotta say Walker is the. I, I want to say, I really want to talk like me, but I gotta have respect because a lot of people's gonna see this. So at the end of the day, they're gonna say Walker was the effing man. Do you understand? From all avenues, bro, on all avenues of life. No one is perfect. So the first time anybody say this man did this, that, and the third, they gotta look at what they done. I guarantee you have done more positive, right, than the negative that people want to put on you. At the end of the day, it is what it is, man. And do I agree with all your decisions? I would lie and say yeah. That would be a lie if I was to say yeah. Because I don't, because at the end of the day, we are our own person. And we agree to certain things that make sense to us that we can adapt to. But by me knowing you personally, if I feel some type of way like I did, I inboxed you, and that's when you had told me about the situation and the different districts and situations. So I reached out to you. Like I said, some people are afraid to do that because they're afraid that I think the name by itself puts fear in people. And you understand, you got a lot of power. You got no, honestly. Like, prime example, I'm gonna turn it around. I'm gonna just say it this way. Say you seen a guy that's known for being negative, disrespectful, and crazy run-ins with the law. Now, looking at him on the outside, you're gonna think this person may try you or may try to do something to harm you, unless you know him personally. And when you know him personally and you talk to him, you kind of see, okay, he's not what I thought he was. What the stereotype that he looked, he's not that type of person. Just because he looked a certain way don't mean he's that type of person. So you get to know this type of person and you see a complete different person than someone else may see him. Because it's that title. You understand? They're giving you a title. Man, Walker Reid. Walker Reid just think he the shit. Walker Reid, boom, boom, boom. It's what people absorb and what they definition of your title means. But they don't understand how hard it is for you to wake up every day with the decisions you making is helping other situations. And a lot of people can't see it because they only see in their situation. So your title alone is powerful. And some of us, and when I say us, I'm not talking just black people, some of us, Gastonians, feel that you have more power than what your title presents. Bring me to my next question. How can someone with a poor background, poor upbringing, make it out the hood?
I think by affiliation. If you want that, you got to seek it. I think affiliating yourself with people that's doing things positive, people that have contacts with people that can help you. First of all, you got to want it. You can't just talk about it. You got to be about it. And I think that's what I see in a lot of people. They talk a good game until it's time to actually get in the game and do it. Several people tell me how to be the mayor. But when it's time to run for the seat, they don't show up around for the seat. So it's easy to tell me how to be the mayor, but I'm trying to figure out how can you tell me how to do something you've never been. some people look at me as a black mayor. I should only do things for black people. It doesn't work. It doesn't work that way. I think I do what I can do to help everybody. That's what I'm about. So if you don't understand that, if you don't want to see that, I mean, why should I go back and forth? One thing I don't do, I don't go back and forth. I mean, you're entitled to your opinion. I'm entitled to my opinion. We can move on, you know. But the thing is, one thing about me, I'm doing, and you talking. That's the difference. So doers make a difference. Talkers just talk. Your opinion is fine, but if you're not doing anything to back up your opinion, keep being opinionated. Let me work and get the job done that I'm trying to do. That's how I feel about it.
As you should. And at the end of the day, whether they like it or not, guess whose mayor you are? You are all of it, but no, hear me out. At the end of the day, in this city, whether they like it or they don't, guess who you are the mayor of? All of them. whether they like it or they don't, right? If they don't like it, move. But as long as they're here, regardless of what the decisions are, or what people think, or how people feel, you still our mayor.